Good day and welcome to the United Hour. Today we are doing a preview for Norwich versus Manchester United. That game is kicking off tomorrow, please God. For those of us in the Western Hemisphere, we're talking about a lunchtime, after lunch kickoff. All right, that's the kind of time we're looking at 1:30 that we're looking expecting to see that game of 12:30, depending on which part of the world you are on this side. So Norwich City are bottom of the league. They are literally propping up the league on 10 points. I think their goal difference is like minus 23. Now, Norwich has fired their coach, the coach that brought them up, and they have a new coach. Let's compare the last 4 games under the old coach and the new coach because we've seen some slight improvement in terms of results and in terms of goals conceded. Under the old coach, in the last 4 games, they conceded 10 goals and scored 3. Under the new coach, former Aston Villa coach, they conceded 6 goals and scored 3. So we see that even though the defense has improved slightly, they're still not a very attacking or very offensive team. So that bodes very well for Manchester United. Norwich tends to play or tends to want to play. They tend to want to go toe-to-toe with their opponents. They try to keep the ball on the ground. Their most prolific player is Pukki, and he is not known for being spectacular in the air. So they usually keep the ball on the ground. You're not expecting them to hit balls over the top. You're not expecting 1,000,001 crosses. They do cross the ball, yes. They have Max Aarons and stuff. They do cross the ball, but you're not expecting 1,000,001 crosses. So they're very one-dimensional in terms of their play. And that bodes well for Manchester United, especially as having a dominant defenders in terms of Harry Maguire, in the team. We know Varane is still out for this game, even though he's training. We know Cavani is also out for this game, even though he's training. One of the things that is interesting is that, Ralph in his press conference said that the team was split into 2. So that there was one team training for the Premier League game, and there was the other team that featured in the middle of the week in the Champions League game. So with that knowledge, we know that it is more likely than not we're going to see the exact same team that played our last game against Crystal Palace. So we're looking at David De Gea in goal. We're looking at Diego Dalot. We are looking at Telles, even though Shaw played well in the middle of the week, I expect Telles to start. Telles hasn't put a foot wrong since Ralph has come in, so I expect Telles to get the start. We're looking at Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. Now, I know some people may find, Eric Bailly played in the middle of the week. He looked good. That is true. That is true. But I don't think Ralph is ready to shake that up as yet. I think we're going to see a shake up there when Raphael Varane is supposed to be back, which may be as early as the middle of next week for the game after Norwich. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how that goes. Ahead of them, Scott and Fred. I mean, there's been a lot of conversation. There's been a lot of argument. There's been a lot of upheaval about, the McFred and how much of an upgrade we need. But let's remember, McFred started, McFred started under Jose Mourinho. After that, when Pogba was injured and Matic, it became clearer, was not able to play 2 games in a week, McFred re-emerged under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Carrick played McFred, and now we have Ralph Ragnick playing McFred. And that tells me that even though I agree with most United supporters that we can upgrade in those positions, McFred works. Whether we like it or not, it is a combination that works. It is a combination that multiple managers have used. So we just need to get used to it or accept it until January transfer window or until Manchester United actually brings in some more quality in that position, right? So we're going to expect Mark Fred ahead of them. We are looking at not Donny van de Beek. I was going to say Donny van de Beek. What's wrong with me? Do expect to see Donny van de Beek starting this game tomorrow. We're looking at Bruno Fernandes, and we're looking at Sancho, Jadon Sancho. Those are the guys that are going to be holding in. Above those, we're expecting a 4-2-2, and ahead of them, this is where it's a little tricky. Cristiano Ronaldo definitely expected to start, and I expect Rashford also to start. Now, we know Rashford has been out of form. He's been looking a little off, but this is why I think it's important for him to start. Norwich is not going to pose us many questions. They may ask a question or two, but they're not a very dangerous team. Why would we want to drop Rashford now? We need Rashford to be in form. There's a lot of games coming, and then also we have a lot of big games coming next season. The faster we could get him over this hump is the better for us. So I think Rashford should definitely start. If he's thinking of the joint, we have Greenwood to bring off the bench. We have Martial to bring off the bench. We have options. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Rashford definitely needs to start, not because he's been playing well, but actually because he is not playing well is why Rashford needs to start. We need to get Rashford in the game and playing and getting up to speed and get playing him back into form. That is what we need for Rashford right now. That's critical. So even though Greenwood looked very good in the middle of the week, I think Ralph is gonna start the same team that he started last week, player for player. I expect to see early substitutions as well because it's a heavy fixture list. Our next game is on Tuesday, so it's a quick turnover. So I expect to see early substitutions and rotation. Do I expect to see Donny coming off the bench? Probably yes. Definitely expect to see Greenwood. We may have Matic sighting as well as a Jesse Lingard. In terms of predictions, I'm looking at 4. I think we could hit this team 4. Spurs are not very good, not very efficient Spurs team. Hit them 3. They got 7 from when they played Chelsea. I think we could hit them 4. I think it's the least we could do. I play, you play in a big club, you expect to get some goals, and the bottom of the league, I think we could hit them 4. I do expect us to concede, so I'm looking at a 4-0. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 2 goals on multiple occasions for Manchester United. This is the game where I think Cristiano Ronaldo can score a hat-trick in his second coming at Manchester. So I am definitely looking out for Cristiano Ronaldo hat-trick in this game. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your predictions in terms of, who you expect to start, if you're expecting anything different. And also let me know what scoreline. Do you think we're going to keep another clean sheet? I really hope that we do. And, let me know whether you think we're going to keep another clean sheet or not. So this is President Chad saying, glory, glory, Man United. And remember, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.